What's up, beautiful people out there? I am back with the stream. Welcome. And let's go ahead and do some draft runs, shall we? Also, first, I want to gamble a bit of rings. Because we are, like, stacked on gold. So, let's do that. And get our edge for more vendor price reduction. And to our old pal Geet. And let's quickly check the audio on the stream. Our old pal Geet seems to work well. And let's gamble some rings. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe we can get a national ring from gambling. Ooh. I mean, that's not bad. It's 11 auras, which is maximum. Might be better than ours. Let's keep that. Don't need that. Don't need... Oh, it has a lot of mana. Starting strong with the rare rings here. Bing, bing, bing. What do we got? Bad. Nope. And another round. Also, let's put out the word that we are live streaming. Makes sense. Diablo 2 Resurrected. Diablo. Let's do this, everyone. Everyone get in here. Back online until servers will be down. Boom. All right. So let's take a look. At these. Dual leech ring. Let's keep that for now. It's always nice to have. Not the greatest, but it's okay. Dual leech rings are rare on their own. I think we gamble enough to have enough space for our gold for the next 50 runs. Let's keep those rings here. Doesn't quite add up with the charms, huh? Okay, so we got that sorted out. Let's do some business. Let's do some draft running, huh? Business as usual. Let's go. 50 more runs for the stream and then some, I guess. We'll see. Those will be down in Yeah, about an hour, more than that. Let's see here. Let's take this down a notch. This up, maybe. Hey, Pinkypo Gaming! Nice to see you again. How are you? Farming is a bit slow. I mean, we are like at half point of our 100 runs per day. And so far we just found Travinkal's armor and a 19 life small charm. But I'm not worrying too much. I mean, 100 runs isn't that much in the grand scheme. How's it going with you? You have a wonderful day? You have some nice crops? That's nice to hear that you're doing good. And thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I mean, I haven't scheduled these streams beforehand. I mean, you can do that. And I might consider doing that in the future. Right now, I'm just trying out how it feels, like doing streams after work and stuff. And if it feels good, if it feels like something I can do regularly, then I can plan these ahead, right? So you guys know when I will be going live. No, I didn't want to go in the lobby. Stop. Yeah, so for now, testing things out for myself, like what works for me, and yeah, what works for you as well. To watch it. Wow, that was worth a lot. Yeah, understandable. Also dabble and stream from time to time. Cool. I need to check out your channel. Yeah, it's fairly new to me as well, so that's why testing out what's working. But I guess keeping a certain schedule does help, from what I've heard. Like, so people can expect when you will be live and come back to these times. But yeah, also like streaming on YouTube, I'm super new to it. I don't know how everything works in terms of, yeah, maybe some pop-up if somebody likes it or subscribes you. Maybe there's some things you can do. Like at Twitch, you can have these animations, right? If you follow someone and it shows on the screen and something. I need to look into that on the weekend and see what's possible to do. Make it a bit more fancy, right? Right now we are pretty basic at streaming. Hey Mariusz, nice to see you again. How are you today? Drop the claw with +3 blade free and doing if LF and working good, but bear runs find is harder thing. Yeah, that's true. The lobby system kinda is bad. Maybe they fix something in the downtime today. Who knows? Maybe they have some background fix that can take care of that, like server side. I do recommend checking out some discords if you are struggling to find bail groups. There is one discord, it's called Tristram Survivors. They do like daily bail runs and have dedicated people and very nice people. Just having played a little New World when it came out, but I like D2 a lot more. Yeah, sketch will definitely help. Yeah, that's true. I never played New World. I wasn't in on the hype, and I was playing World of Warcraft Classic at that time, and yeah, I kind of stuck with it. I wasn't in for another big MMO, to be honest. Basic but good chill content, can listen and watch while doing other things. It's nice to hear. There you go. Can also do that. Lobby looks bugged. I must craft a shield rhyme now and needs super taxi nightmare. Not quite following you, but the rhyme shield is a very, very good choice there. I mean, I'm still rocking the rhyme shield, right? Because it has the nice all rest and also 25 magic fine, so it's like crazy good. Nice Atmos proc there. Yeah, you can get the Shale rune on Nightmare counters, right? And the 2 open socket Bone Shield at Act 2 normal from Drognen. You can shop that. Just reset the shop. Yeah, level 43. Yeah, then you can get your rhyme. Again, Shale rune in Nightmare counters, and the Bone Shield is the preferred one because it has a nice chance to block, and rhyme gives like increased blocking chance as well. And you want to put points in dexterity anyways because of the tech rating that gives you. Yes, Act 2, but on normal. Like Act 1 and Act 2 on normal will have non-magic items, and Drognan in Act 2 normal will have bone shields. And you can just reset the shop by going out of town and then in again. And then you will find at some point a 2 open socket. There's a lot on the ground. I was just double checking. You have a rune? Yeah, then you're golden, right? Shale F. Let's go. I don't know what this Spite Club is, but I think it's a normal item. Stout Nail. Ugh. 10 to 16 damage. Demon Limb would be nice, although I'm too lazy and it takes too much time to like buff myself with enchant all the time, and honestly we don't even need it. But if you are lucky finding a demon limb by playing through the game, it's really nice. And you can go with another mercenary, for example. But in general, I found that the Act 3 Fire Merc will be very good for your playthrough. If you're going solo, that is. On higher player counts, it might be that it is dying too much or too fast. Ord and Soul can be good on budget element. Yes, it's a good... Ooh, those are not bad at all. Need to check that later when I have time. The lore helmet that you're describing, like Ord and Soul in a helmet, is very good. It has +1 to skills and 30 lightning resist. I think I was rocking that too. Can't remember. Could be another circlet I found or something, but... What does my resist look like? My resists are at maximum. But I can show you in a second. And we can just take a look at the character screen and the items in general. Quickly go over it. And hello, Oversky. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Let's look at this. I use Burst of Speed because I have max resistances. So if you don't have max resistances, you can use Fade, because Fade gives a lot of all resistances, and you don't need the attack speed from Burst of Speed. Your Blade Free will always be the same speed. You will only gain run walk speed from it, which is why I'm using it, because I like to run faster and I have max resistances anyways. So even 257 poison, I think it's because of Natalia's Shadow. Yeah, it gives another 25. So yeah, and I have a full Natalia set with an F rune in the weapon, perfect topaz in helmet and body armor, add my scarab for M damage proc, rhyme in the bone shield, a 13% MF ring, Talrasha's belt for MF, Ravenfrost laying on hands, CTA and spirit in the second weapon slot, and different attack rating, life, magic find, resistance, fast hit recovery, charms, and the Geats, and a torch, and an Annie. How do you manage to max the find it hard? Well, let's see. 50 fire rest from laying on hands. The whole set gives me all res 50. The helmet gives me an all res of 12. What else? Rhyme gives me 25 all res. This ring gives me a little bit of cold res. The boots give 18 cold and 24 lightning. But what really helps, of course, is something like the torch or the Annie. Combined, they give 26 auras and then charms. I had another ring that gave more resistances before I got like the torch and the Annie. Also, you can find a belt that gives resistances to you. But this is one of the first things that you should aim for, especially like lightning resistance and fire resistance, and then cold resistance, and lastly, poison if you like. But most people disregard it because you can just heal through it. Yeah. But again, you can easily just go with Fade, right? Just use Fade. If you take a look at my hardcore assassin playthrough, I'm using Fade like almost all the time. And I'm also pre-buffing myself, putting on a plus shadow skills helmet, buffing myself with Fade, casting my Shadow Master, and then putting on a helmet with more resistances, for example. So as an assassin, you should not really struggle with resistances when you have the option to use Fade, which for like a Trapsin is maybe not an option, since you want the attack speed bonus to lay down your traps faster. But thankfully, as a Bladesin, it doesn't matter that much. This is one of the things I think makes this build so strong in a budget as well. Because with Fade on, you have more room to improve your damage, not having to rely so much on resistances from your gear. A Lum rune? Highest rune since... I don't know. I mean, we found, I think, a Ko rune yesterday, right? I don't even know if I want to write the Lum rune down, though. Let's do it for funs and giggles, since we haven't found much else yet. Oh, you're a Riftsin. So the Riftsin, as I understand, I never played the build, but you want the attack speed from Burst of Speed, I think. So you struggle, you can not use Fate. How many draft runs so far does that I estimate? So let me see. I mean, we have the 368 since Monday, plus minus a few I did on the side, just for me. But on the first few days, like on the weekend, I'd say it was like 500 or something. So I'm thinking about 1000, which kind of seems low to me. But 1200 at the most, I'd say. What's happening? What am I doing? I'm distracted. So not that many. I mean, if you think about it, if we do 1 minute runs, but yeah, depends on how much free time you have, right? I mean, I documented via live stream and video like most of the runs or the highlight drops, which is nice to get an estimate on what to expect. I mean, despite, well, although, yeah, I think on Sunday we had a lot of luck with the high runs. Hey Bradley, J. Brown, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. My Jamazon is in hell. Any dense areas besides South with little light immunes? That's a good question. Like lightning immunes are kinda everywhere, right? Let me see. There are some level 85 areas that you can go to. For example, the temples in Kurus Bazaar, Upper Kurus, something. Disused Fane, Forgotten Liquory, and Ruined Temple should not have lightning immunes. The density is not super high, but you can reset your game pretty fast, right? So you just do these small areas with like 2 to 3 uniques, and then you next game it. But generally speaking, a lot of areas have lightning immunes. At least 1, 2. They don't have a high lightning immunity, like 110 or something, but they are immune. So the Jabazon, generally you are down to doing chaos until you find affinity, I guess. Or you farm non-level 85 areas, and I bet there are some where no lightning immunes, like you can do Arcane Sanctuary, which has a decent rune drop rate, since the ghosts there have a smaller loot table. That means they cannot drop weapons, for example, or armor, I think it was. So statistically speaking, the chance to drop runes is higher. Yeah, right. Pindle, Eldritch, those are 2 good spots you can do. You don't need much of gear there. You can stack up your magic find for those. And Crystalline Passage. Okay, alright. I didn't know that. What is the highest rune drop for you? You mean in general or in ladder? In general, in non-ladder, I found a Gem rune in Chaos. Hell Chaos dropped me a Gem rune. And in ladder, the Burr rune we found on Sunday. I think it's, yeah. Also in non-ladder, I once found a Jar rune in Chaos. And a Sur rune. Found an Ohm rune at the council before Mephisto. So if you do Mephisto runs and you have a build that is able to clear the council at the Durance of Fate level 3, do the council there. I recommend it. Like I did it with the Frozen Orb Sorcerers. Because they are not cold immune as far as I know. And they have also higher chance to drop runes like the council that we do here. Do you have inventory tips? I am full or runes on my stash. I'm not sure I follow you. I mean, as for inventory, put in the charms that you need that boost your damage or your resistances or your life or your magic find. I personally like to have this much space at least to be able to pick up something the size of a thresher. Not need to juggle around. I know that most people like do the full inventory with a cube, but since I'm on controller, it's not that easy. I cannot pick items up with controller and put them in the cube. I need space in the inventory for that. As far as the stash goes, I personally, I can show it to you. Whoops. Like, I'm keeping things that I might need on this character right here, or that are nice. I need to, like, ditch some of those rings, I guess, and go through them. Then here I have some things I either put up for trade or gift away, and I don't keep these things for more than 24 hours since they are not that valuable. So if anybody needs IK, Weapon, Gimmershed, Inferno Stride, Tarashas, Ariok's Needle, or Laying on Hands, then just ask me, you can have this. Then here I have runes, and I tend to only keep 2 of each maximum, up to like Hail Rune. I keep more Hail Runes, and then upwards of that I keep more, because they have some value. Also Trangules if someone needs. And yeah, on this last shared stash part, I keep my perfect gems, and if this is full, I re-roll this Grand Charm until it gives something good. Also some rare runes. But for this like ladder character, I like to have a lean inventory and not clutter it up so much. Just give away the stuff or trade it quickly. You mean ladder for Trav runs? Yeah, the Burr rune was the highest, which I got on Sunday here in Travincal. I also found a low rune and an ohm rune. It was nuts. Cube gems. Yeah, I will cube gems when I get to it. Mostly I just gather them and then later, like after my runs or something, I cube them up. No way! A demon head! Let's go! There's Andy's face. Finally, something good here. So what are you thinking? What's the role? What's the role? Oh, you're talking in chat. No, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you for answering questions. I got a bit overwhelmed. There were a lot of messages. I'm not sure. If I miss any questions, feel free to ask them again. But Carlos Guzatko, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. How's the damage from Blade Shield alone? Will it complement a hybrid fire fist tripper? Oh, that is a good question. I don't think so. Since Blade Shield also has synergies with Blade Sentinel and Blade Fury, and now with the synergies, like Blade Shield damage is decent, very good, but it only procs like every second, right? So if a monster comes near you, it does damage, and then it like 21, like you need 1 second, and then maybe it does damage again if the monster is near, but usually it's already dead. So you have like a one-time damage most of the times. And yeah, it's like 2k damage. Not sure if it's factors in like damage to demons and stuff, but it sure should be. So there you go. I don't think it's a good complement to like other traps, since damage would be way lower. Like from the synergies alone, you get plus 400% damage. And without it, it's maybe a quarter of that. Other than Trav, what is the assassin spec good at farming? Well, you can do Pindle and Eldritch if you want. You can do something like Stony Tombs or other area 85 areas. It has a decent speed. It does not have the best area of attack or area damage. It's more like single burst damage. Like you can quickly dismantle one monster one by one, piece by piece, and like the Travincal Council. That's why it's so good there. But potentially you can also go into Chaos. I mean, I can show it if we have time before the server shutdown at the end. Show you how Chaos goes. So let's identify the Demon Head. Boom! 29 strength, 10% life leech. That's a decent roll, right? Let me look it up. And Dariel's Visage, Diablo 2. Eight to 10 lifestone hit, 25 to 30 strength, and 100 to 150% increased defense. Okay, the defense is low, but That's a nice roll. I'm tempted to get my Act 2 Mercenary. But I want a Reaper's Toll. So let's put it on here. Andy's Visage. 10% LL. 91 Strength. Nice find. Okay, put that in the stash. Already a good highlight here. And let's continue before the servers shut down. If you haven't read it, in less than 1 hour, there is a maintenance of 2 hours. So that's where our stream ends. Unfortunately. But maybe they fix like the ladder issues, like it's not updating like it should be, I think. How's the spec compared to normal trap assassin at 99% use? Well, if you're asking 99%. But let me ask you this. The normal trap assassin, not counting Infinity, because Infinity is a late game item and we don't have any late game items. So can the trap assassin do Travincal runs at 1 minute per run? I think the answer is no. But can the trap assassin do other great stuff? Yeah, it can do cows faster than this character because of the corpse explosion. There's also a variant with the Bladeston where you go corpse explosion. I mean, I could spec out of Venom and go corpse explosion and go cows, and I may try that out at some point, but I want to first test it in single player and see how it goes because I haven't tested this. So there is variation and flexibility in the spec. Now that I think about it, maybe I should try that out at some point. Could be awesome. It could still be like doing enough damage for the Trav runs to be efficient at 1 minute and also do cows. And I love doing cows. Love, love, love it. Hey, 83 Stone 83. Thank you for stopping by. Why only Travincal? Because Travincal is awesome. Because Travincal drops what we need. It can have a lot of high runes, up to Jam rune. It has a higher chance to drop runes. It has a higher chance to drop charms, jewels, gems, amulets, rings. It cannot drop every unique in the game, but we don't need every unique in the game. I mean, you can buy every unique in the game if you find something like a burr or a jar or a low rune. So, and we can do these runs in average time of 1 minute. So there are a lot of reasons to do craft. There are a lot of reasons to do other areas as well. But for this build, Travincal works like a charm, and here is a charm. Steve Millers, hi, nice to see you. Thank you for coming and watching the stream. Highly recommended. It's our ice spec. What do you mean? Like what spec? Maybe I missed it. There are a lot of messages right now, and sorry for everyone that I missed. Mr. J, nice to see you. How is your day going? Oh my god. What is this? I mean, you think Oversky asked me how I get resistances? That's also a way to get resistances. My god, that's the best charm I found. I found a 15 Auras charm, Grand Charm once on non-ladder, but this also has plus life. My god. Drops keep coming here. Let's decide later what we do with this, but let's put it in the stash. For now. 19 life. 19 live, 15A, all res DC. Already have more drops than yesterday, which is nice. Let me catch up a bit. Death Sentry. Yeah, you do Death Sentry with Blade Fury? That's nice. I need to test it out in single player before I spec into it, but I feel like you'd still be able to do Trav just as well, and then you can do Chaos. But how many points do you put in Death Sentry and how many points do you put in Fire Blast, if any, to have more shots of Death Sentry? That's what I need to know. Because I'm also considering getting a claw for my Chaos Rune Word, which has the 1 to Death Sentry, for example. So you can save all these points. If it's enough. I mean, that's the question here. Is it enough with your plus to all skills to have a high enough Death Sentry, to have a high enough radius on the Corpse Explosion, or do we need more points into it? Nice, I always find them playing at 15. Yeah, as I said, and welcome Darlock, nice to see you. I found a plane before, yeah, but this one has life on it. Needs Kyros and Guardian Angel for Travincal. Yeah, that would be great. Kyros Angel and the Guardian. Kyros Angel and the Guardian. What? No, a Kyros. Wait, they both have Guardian in it, right? Isn't it Kyros Guardian and Guardian Angel? But it is confusing. It's not only me. How is the spec for doing Bale and Diablo solo runs? It's good. Again, it's a single target burst spec. Like, you can just burst down everything and mow them down. You can just stand there. Maybe I can get a... no. Now they're coming out here. But I can just stand here, press Blade Fury, and that's it. I can drink my coffee, I can whatever. But if all they are dead, then I have to move, reposition myself, and shoot again. It's still a bit like a mobile turret. But it's not like, I don't know, Hammerdin like plays differently. You have to find your spot, then cast your hammers, and then you destroy everything around you. Here it's more like you destroy everything in front of you, right? And if you look up my channel, I have a video of the Blade 3 Assassin with Natalia set doing players 3 Bale run on its own. And I also have a video doing Chaos Sanctuary on players 8 with the Blade 3 Assassin. So you can see for yourself if the speed is good or bad. It's like, if it's like to your standards or not, and get an impression. Test while in downtime. That's a great suggestion. Either that or I just chill a bit and take a break and eat something, but yeah. At some point. That would be like the pinnacle of this build, to find something that works well on Travincal and in Chaos, because I love Chaos. Scimitar? Is this Hexfire? No. And I guess there is. I guess there is a variation of it. That's what's the beauty of it, right? You have so many different choices. It's very flexible. So, like Blade 3 Assassin with Whirlwind and Death Sentry. Oh boy. I also guess you mainly go for runes with the spec doing traps, so you don't even need high MF gear, I guess. I mean, I have 216 right now. And I want to go to like 250. I haven't experimented much with a high MF build, like let's say 400 or something. And I don't think more than that is even that great. Because you want to balance out your kill speed with your MF. You can put your inventory full of MF charms, of course. You can use a Shaco with a perfect topaz, which is totally fine. It's not the best, since like a chi phase does a lot more damage. But then again, if we are talking players 1, which for me, like 90% of my time I'm playing on players 1, you can easily go bonkers on Magic Find. Players 8 is a different story, but how many times are you playing players 8? Like, I don't know. At least for me, I don't have like these MF groups which need to be highly coordinated. Players free, maybe. I can see that. What makes this character good for Travincal? Can you explain? Well, the runtime, the fact that you can Cloak of Shadows the council members. Let me quickly kill those and then I explain. Like, the council has different abilities. Like, he has 3 super uniques with different enchants on them. Some are always coming with them, like I think fire enchants and something. Or they can have conviction aura and stuff on random. But also they come with the council members. And each of the monsters of the council can heal each other. But if you are using Cloak of Shadows, it blinds the normal council minions, council member minions. So they are acting passive, not casting Hydras, and not healing other members. Like here, they have this smoke over their head. And as you can see, most of them are very passive. Only the unique ones still see you and are approaching you and sometimes heal each other. But there's only 3 of them. So you can, and since we are a single target burst damage build, we can quickly dispose of one of them and then the next one and then the next one and then the next one. So even in a budget build, you have enough damage to kill them one by one. If you don't have Cloak of Shadows, it is a lot harder, since you need more burst damage to burst them down before they heal each other. Now we have enough damage. We could go without Cloak of Shadows, I think. Let's just test this. But you can also do this on a budget. And I found, like, with something like a Barbarian or stuff, you have a bit difficulty to get the first kill if you don't have, like, good gear. Because you don't have that much burst damage. The Singer Barbarian can stun them, which has like the same effect. They don't heal each other, but his range is not that high. I just use Cloak of Shadows again because it's just muscle memory at that point, right? Also, in a budget, I highly recommend putting 20 points into Shadow Master, which is a great tank since it also uses Fate and gets reduced damage and stuff. And for the most part, it can survive the council with all the Hydras. And if it dies, you just recast it again. They lowered the casting delay so you can just recast it over and over again. And it does not die like instantly. Maybe if there's a conviction aura and 10 Hydras shooting at it, but for the most part, it survives. So it tanks, soaks up the damage, and you're standing behind and killing them one by one. And you can see this all in my videos, like the ladder stream on day 1, the second stream or something. But also on... I use Cloak of Shadows again, I'm sorry. Also on the budget. And see like how fast I kill them when they are cluttered up. Especially when Atmas procs with the M damage. Also a video about budget Blade Fury Sin doing Travincal, so you can look that up as well. And I'm talking about the gear and the skills on that. So it's all out there. But I don't mind answering your questions here, of course. So what else did I miss? Does Crushing Blow work with blade skills? It works with Blade Fury. I'm not sure about Blade Shield. It does not work with Blade Sentinel, but it works with Blade Fury. And by the way, welcome Stray Demon. Nice to see you again. Hope you have a wonderful day. Let's not use Cloak of Shadows now. As you can see, they healed him up for a second. Especially here, with the physical immune, takes some time, even when I break the immunity. You can see they are healing each other up, and if I would have less damage, it would be a lot harder, and that's why Cloak of Shadows is so great. So yeah, right now we don't have Crushing Blow. So let me emphasize this. Natalia's set is great, but you don't need it to have like 1 minute runs. You can also go with a different build, like you get a duress armor, you get a nice rare claw with nice damage, or a pattern rune word, or a strength rune word in a war fist, for example. War fist is disregarded because it's so low speed, but as Blade Fury, it does not matter. Your attack speed does not matter. Literally. So war fist has high damage. And if you find a 2-socket ethereal one, put in strength, which has lifesteal, strength, dexterity, and 25% crushing blow, it just rips. That combined with a duress armor, which also has crushing blow on it, open wounds, I think, and cold damage and stuff. It's great. But the biggest upgrade is this. So take a look at this. This is the biggest upgrade for your Blade Fury Assassin in a budget, because it boosts up your damage against the Travincal Council by 350% because they are all demons. Plus you get this 50 fire resistance, so laying of hands is not expensive. I even have another pair here. I can give that to you if you want to start out. If you need them, just say so. I have found 3 so far. At the start, I think at day 2, or even at the end of day 1, I think it was day 2, I traded a Pal rune, which I found at the Hellforge, for laying of hands. If you look up now, you get it for a Ko rune or a Pal rune or something. But since it was such a huge upgrade at the start of ladder and a lot of people want these, I just paid the Pal rune because it just made my runs so much better. So I highly recommend this, and it's so easy to get. I mean, if you're talking like single player, then of course it's a bit harder, but then again, try to stack up on resistances and crushing blow and your Shadow Master, and you're also good to go. Eric De Canini, hey, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. How are you? Dude, you inspired me to main blades, and all the gear guides you do are extremely helpful. That's very nice to hear. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. That's why I do this, to help you out, to inspire you. You are just pressing the right buttons right now. Helping and be inspiring, that's exactly what I want to do. That's perfect, man. Hope you have a lot of fun with it. Oh, I'm using... I was using my CTA. Just look at this. If I'm using CTA, look at the damage. It's fine, right? It's way less, but it's totally fine. Look at my damage with CTA, with a crystal sword. I mean, this one is physical immune. Disregard that, but we're still ripping through those. Let's see if Atmos procs and see if he do some damage, but... Come on. We're hitting way less because we don't have the claw in our hand, which has minus target defense, of course. So you see, you don't need like the full set or something, but laying of hands is the gold standard. It's the first item you should go for if you're using Blade Fury Assassin, if you want to do Travincal. Even for other areas, like there are other areas with demons, with a lot of demons. There's also undeads. There's also like these gloves that are, I think, called ghoul hide or something, that have a lot of attack rating and damage to undeads. If you want to like farm, for example, the Stony Tombs, right? Also, there are weapons like Lawbringer, Voice of Reason. They have a lot of damage to demons and undeads. And most of the enemies are demons and undeads. Like, there are a few animal types, but ask the Fodens that have been oh, a unique ring, boys! Excitement! Ask you all the Fodens that are now running around. I mean, they don't do damage against animals. And we still do damage against animals. It's not like we are bad against animals. It's just like we're ripping through everything else, and animal types we just kill fine. So I think I've talked a lot about it. I don't even know if there was a question. I'm sorry. Yeah. What do you think, chat? Unique ring. Any good? The bum, 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 bum. Hey Mateus, how are you? Nice to see you again. Sorry if you already answered that question. I see you have a torch. Can this build handle Ubers? That's a good question. It's something I need to test still. I assume so. Like going by the video I made on players 8 Chaos Sanctuary, there's a strong possibility that this build can solo Ubers. I haven't done Ubers myself. I just paid for the torch. I don't like Ubers. I don't like Uber Tristram. I don't like to do it. I hate it. I find it like it's catered to a specific type of build to do it. Like you need life tap and crushing blow, and then you just blast through it, something like that. And I hate things that are so strict, right? But at some point, I might just try it, right? I don't want to farm the keys. I might just do it on solo. Bull Katos, Dwarfstar? Both would be. I mean, Dwarfstar. Maybe I'd even use that. Martin Chi, congrats because you're re-inspiring us, mate. Respect. Thank you. That's so nice to hear. Ooh, I'm getting red cheeks here. A Wisp Projector. How are we feeling about that? I don't know. I think I never found one. I don't know how to feel. The lightning absorb is nice. The better chance of getting magic items is higher than on our ring. That's what we use it for. And a 16 lightning on striking, it procs with Blade Fury. So it will be fun to see. I don't know what all these charges are about. Why would we like use them? Do people use it? Hey, Dara-Chan, nice to see you again. How are you? What's the roll on the Wisp Projector? It seems volatile. Yeah, it's rare for sure, so that is nice. So it's 10 to 20 Magic Find, 10 to 20 Lightning Absorb, and we got like around a little bit above average. So now I'm not at max cold resistance, but it is fine because cold resistance is not that high of an issue because we also have 20% cold absorb from Ravenfrost. Doing well. That's nice to hear. It's really good for Ubers. Have you tried it? Have you done Ubers on your Blade Fury Assassin? Rarest ring, yeah, might be. Let's see some lightnings, huh? Shall we? It should proc fairly often. 10%. It's not bad. Also, we have two Carrion Winds, which proc twist. I still need to try that out. Come on, where's my lightning? There it is. Have you seen it? There it is. It kind of goes off at the monster, not from my character. Huh. That's odd. It kind of goes off where it strikes, but it's like the same with something like Frost Nova and stuff, I guess. Light absorption is good. Yeah, we have light absorption, we have cold absorb. We are good to go. I mean, could even wear a T-Gods at this point. What do you think about Phoenix Strike? I think it still sucks after some time of playing. If you go back, like in my channel, there are a lot of videos about it. I really like it. It was one of the first builds on the 2.4 patch PTR that I tested thoroughly. I did a lot of areas. I did all the 85 areas. I did cows. I did different builds, and I really enjoyed it. It's like it's fun to play. and it's a lot better than before. It's just more fluid to play, but at some in some instances it still feels a bit clunky since you need like your charges and then release them, and if you don't hit with your charge up strike, like with Phoenix Strike, if you don't hit with it, kind of feels bad. Because the UI also doesn't let you see how many charges you have. If there are a lot of effects going on, you're not sure, do I have 2, do I have 3 charges? I think if there was some indicator on the screen that showed you how many charges you have, it would feel a bit better. But I really like the build because you don't run into anything that is immune to your damage, right? You have just every source of damage. And that is very nice. And you can also alter the usage of your skills. You can go Blades of Ice, you can go Claws of Thunder, depending on what enemies you face or what level 85 areas you are in. So it has a bit of versatility and flexibility, and you have to build it like a bit like a like a caster build. Like go with your Shaco, go with your what did I use for the armor? I'm not sure. Like Viper Magi, not for the faster caster, but for the +2 skills. So go with something with +2 to faster skills, to faster skills, +2 to all skills. Use Arachnid Smash, for example, because your damage comes from +2 skills and not from your physical damage. You don't even need a weapon that has like high physical damage. You need a weapon with +2 skills. You need a weapon like do a Plague Rune Word in a +3 to Phoenix Strike Claw. Like if you reach like level 50 Phoenix Strike or something, that's a lot of damage. But it could use a little bit of fine-tuning in terms of damage. That's what I feedback them during the PTR, but didn't go for it, unfortunately. Quick question, have you tried using Crescent Moon with the static proc on the monster around you? The static procs around you, which is unfortunate, because the range is not that high. Crescent Moon is a solid budget option because it also has Ignore Target's Defense, if I recall correctly.
Not here.
And some other nice mods on it. So you can use that in a budget, but since there is Pattern now, I kind of prefer Pattern, to be honest. And try to alleviate your attack rating issues somewhere else, like finding or trading for Hasaru's boots and belt, since you can now upgrade the belt to have more slots, or Angelic's ring and amulet to give more attack rating. Not having to rely so much on... Wow, something hit me here. Not having to rely so much on Ignore Target's Defense. Hey Sam, nice to see you again. How are you? How's it going? The Todesfälle Flamme. That's a German word. Kinda. But it has enchant, which is interesting. Alright. Have I just been 2 minutes here in this run? I think I needed to speed it up a bit to make 15 runs. I mean, it should be 15 minutes, but I'm kind of distracted a bit. If Nature's Peace can I have? No, I think you're a bit behind on the stream, Bradley. It's a Wisp Projector. I haven't found a Nature's Peace yet. My 3 uniques... No, wait. I think I found 5 unique rings in total. 2 Ravenfrost, 2 Carrion Winds, and 1 Wisp Projector. In the past, I found a lot of Nagels and Dwarf Stars, but now, yeah, curiously enough, rings that I haven't... I don't think I have ever found a Wisp Projector before, so that is nice. Hey Richard, how are you? I think you said you're German, right? So you don't struggle as much with the phlegm as most. Yeah, that's true. I'm from Germany. Todesflamme. Yeah, but it's Todesflamme, and there's an E in it, which doesn't make sense. Because then it's Todesflamme, and that's not a word. But it should be something like death flame. Or death's flame. I don't know, whatever. Todes is death's, and Flamme is flame. Oh. And Falle, I think it's Todes. No, what is it? What is it? Falle is trap, so it's Death's Flame Trap something. Death's Flame Trap. It's just a weird, it's even in German weirdly written. And even in English it's a weird word. So they might be some reference to something. Oh, so Death's Trap Flame. But even Felle is not, so the Faelle. The E is just wrong. It might be a reference to something. I don't know why I just sold the flawless, but there you go. Also, my timer. Not reaching 100 runs if I don't don't press the button, right? I mean, Americans trying to make something German, you gotta love failures, but seeing Americans trying to pronounce it when it drops, it's hilarious. Yeah, there's also isn't there another one like Zweihänder, like Zweihänder? It's in German. It's Zweihänder, right? I think the base is this word, and also the like. I don't know if the unique is also that word, but it might also be a word in English. I don't know. Like kindergarten or kindergarten is like a German word that is used in the English language as well. And it's like gardening, a garden of kids. If you were to translate it literally. Ooh, nice Atmos proc there. Just need to finish the job now. There you go. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with today's drops, right? We have an Endless Visage, which is debatable if we want to trade it off or use it ourselves. Since right now it's highly sought after. Later, like in non-letter, the people only want like ethereal ones and perfect ones, but this is a very, very nice roll. I mean, I can at least get a Wax rune for it, I think. Also the Grand Charm, very, very strong here. Aside from that, not much. But again, it's already great. Hey, Jeffrey Gillen, nice to see you. How are you doing? Can I see the gear and damage? Yes, you can. We can do that after this run real quick. Morning Star. Good morning, Star. Just want to know what it is. Blood Rise. So we are at run 90. And the servers will be down in around 18 minutes. But usually our daily goal is 100 runs, and we will reach that. And let's get quickly over the gear. Yes. And you can see the damage right here. Let's use Venom. And Blade Sentinel here. So We have Natalia's Mark with an F rune in it. We have the full Natalia set, perfect topaz in the helmet, perfect topazes in the body armor, Atmosphere for the amp damage proc, Rhyme in the bone shield, Natalia's boots, a wisp projector that we found. Oh wait, that's another find, right? Wisp projector with 16, 17 MF. Something like that. Also a Tarasha's belt with 40% MF, a Raven Frost, a Laying of Hands, different charms with attack rating plus life, resistances, magic find on them. Also one Shadow Skiller with 12% FHR, which puts us at the 27% FHR breakpoint. This one I could maybe toss out. Don't think we need that. Wow. This is a lot of attack rating though. 38% Geats, Hellfire Torch, and then Annie on the offense, CTA, and Spirit. This is our damage. We have a little bit too high of a strength because we spec'd into it before we had the Torch and Annie. We have Dexterity for max block, maybe a bit too much there since we have the Torch and Annie. I'm repeating myself, and the rest into Vitality. As for the skills, 20 new Blade Sentinel, 20 new Blade Fury, 20 new Blade Shield, Shadow Disciplines, enough into Claw Mastery to reach 20% critical strike, since then we got the Torch and the Annie, and I'm repeating myself again. So we have more than that. We have 21% chance of critical strike, 1 point in the Cloak of Shadows, 1 point in the Weapon Block. We will eventually go Dual Claw. I am trying to find a base for a Chaos Rune Word, and the rest into Venom. Also, I have 1 point in the Dragonflight just to have a bit of mobility. So that's why I want a base for Chaos Rune Word with 1 to Dragonflight and potentially 1 to Death Sentry. I need to test it out, or maybe 3 to Death Sentry. Yeah, not sure about that yet. I mean, Steven from the chat said that 5 points are enough, right? But is it before or after plus skills? Still need to check that. Haven't played around with Death Sentry yet. I'm not a fan of lying down too many traps first, so yeah. Let's do the last 10 runs. Maybe we can hop into cow level quickly to show you how it works with this build and without Death Sentry. Hey Dalok, I like Nat's build SS, my all-time favorite char. Yeah, it seems like my favorite char as well. Because I also like the martial arts sin, I also like the trap sin, I also like other characters as well, but as you can see by my videos in my channel, I tested a lot of builds and I landed on the assassin, on the Blade Fury assassin for ladder. Good, I'm trying martial arts sin, ADM, and I'm underpowered in hell though. Yeah, it's really tough with a melee character playing through the game with no gear at all, or low gear or budget gear in hell, so I understand that struggle. Can go with budget gear with the Blade Fury Sin, and I have videos up about that, so you might want to check that out. We did it as well. Like, of course, because of ladder, I started out with very low gear. But also Natalia's set is pretty cheap, right? I don't know what the weapon goes for now, but in general, it's not that sought after. Because people quickly disregard it as garbage, which it is not, as you can see here. It just makes this build a lot safer. It's not mandatory, like the weapon really helps, but if you want to farm Travincal, Laying of Hands is the best upgrade that you can get. Those aren't even that bad, right? There are some streamers planning an AD clone walk tonight, but the EU times are quite prohibitive again. It'll be at 4:30 AM CST if they get the rest of the SOJs. Wow. Where did you get that info? I mean, I'm not looking up that info, but I'm just curious where one can get that info. But yeah, it's not my time. I mean, I do wake up pretty early, but that's a bit too early for my taste. Still play 114 LOD, Hybrid Trap, Whirlwind Assassin. I mean, that's a great build, right? Even in 114. That's old school, man. I couldn't do with the old graphics. It's... I mean... You can do some runs with that. How you like that, chat? The interface... The funny thing is, if you play with controller, the interface is still the new one. What program are you using to count runs? Looks handy. How's it called again? Let me see. Yeah, it's the MF run counter. Let me give you the link to the GitHub. It's from Oscross. And there you go. And there you can get it. There's also a Discord that you can join to get the latest updates on it. And yeah, I set it up so that, as you can see now, there is this symbol because I swapped the register here, the menu. Yeah, and it's kind of icky here, or not like quite, you don't see it, D2 here. Because I put on a chroma key to make the black transparent, but it kind of doesn't work as well as I would have hoped. But it does fine. It does the job.
Good day.
But it's not about the runtime, it's more about OBS and setting it up and stuff like that. I was fidgeting around with it, but I couldn't get it quite that clean like I wanted it to. I got a +1 martial arts assassin skills, +3 max damage skiller grand charm. Wanna trade it? I personally don't need martial arts grand charm. So need to find someone else for that. I'm afraid. Hey, what shield, neck, and rings are you using? Hello Nick, how are you? I am using a rhyme shield still. I could also use a Lance Guard because it has 20% deadly strike on it, which is nice. The only shield that has it. But I like the magic find for now. And for the... Let me quickly clear this here. What else do you want to know? The neck is an Atmas Scarab because it has the chance of 5% to proc amplify damage, level 2 I think, on striking. Yeah, which breaks physical immunities, which can happen with the Travincal Council. There is one of the super uniques that can spawn with physical immunities, and then we can break it. And what else? Rings. I found a wisp projector today, and before that I was using just a rare ring with a bit of MF, and now we have more MF and lightning absorb and lightning on striking. And I have a Raven Frost, which is very nice because it gives a lot of attack rating. Did you max Shadow Warrior or Master? I max Shadow Master. Shadow Master has more survivability and a better toolkit because it also comes with resist all with the skill, and Shadow Warrior does not. But when starting out, like, I put 1 point into Shadow Warrior before I can get to Shadow Master, of course, so before level 30. And then you want to like use your Cloak of Shadows, so the Shadow Warrior uses it as well, which can be nice. So you have like permanent Cloak of Shadows, kinda. What do you want for the GC 90 life 15 hours? Oh boy, I don't even know. I have no idea what these are worth. But wow. 2 martial arts, 15 auras, 15% MF. That's great, man. I would use it if I were a martial arts assassin. Let's keep that. I think I will be using the Grand Charm for myself, though. I mean, I can get rid of some of these small charms and get the Grand Charm. I don't know yet. Man, I need to pick up the pace a bit. before the servers crash. Nice, thanks. I was trying to figure out what I can do here. Debating swapping to a new build. It looks really nice. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks. No worries. You're welcome. I gladly answer your questions. Yeah, this build is great, and it's cheap. Comparatively cheap. I mean, what is our most expensive item? I mean, right now the CTA, of course, but you don't need the CTA. Then I guess the torch and the Annie, but you don't need those. I mean, I just got these in the couple last days, but I did farm Travincal before that.
Yes.
I guess from the core build, the most expensive item would be the weapon. But the longer like the ladder goes, the more of these will be in the market, and no one wants these usually. If there's not like a huge trend now going on, everybody playing Blade Free Assassin, which I don't think there is. Not yet, though. Not yet. We're getting there. Every day, someone comes in here and says Blade Free Assassin is great, so maybe this will check up the prices. Is this hardcore? No. And welcome, Iron Chan. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. Another rare ring, boys! At the end of the runs, what are you thinking? Can place your bets now. And this is not hardcore because it is online, and since servers and lags and stuff exists and most people playing softcore, so there's a larger community with more trading going on, I tend to not play hardcore. I played this build through hardcore, solo self-found, and that was satisfying enough for me for now. Maybe at some point I will try hardcore again and on VNet. Respect looks real fun, to be honest. What was it that made it more viable here in patch 2.4? Oh boy. Ooh! Ooh! 29% nasal. Let's go! I like that. So, our magic point now is 232%. Nice. It also comes with a little bit of attack rating, which is always helpful. So, what made it more viable? I mean, not that I don't want to go in all the details, but also I don't remember everything they did. Best thing would be to check the patch notes for that. But in general, I think they upped the damage of like Blade Fury a bit, but also they gave it the synergies, like 10% more damage per each point invested into Blade Shield and Blade Sentinel. So combined, you have 400% more Blade Fury damage. Also, they gave Blade Fury a scaling 10% attack rating per level bonus. And let's take a quick look here. So you have, if you look at Blade Fury, you have like synergies, receive bonuses from 10% damage per level put in Blade Sentinel and Blade Shield, so up to 20 per, so 40 times 10%, which is 400% more damage. And also you have attack rating plus 270% because we are level 27 here, which previously was nothing there. If you look like, if you compare it to Blade Sentinel, which does not have the attack rating component to it, you can see the difference. So 270% plus attack rating and 0 plus attack rating, which right here amounts to 6% more hitting on the Water Watcher. That is, I think it's less on others, but yeah, it's almost double because of the calculation and stuff and items I have. So yeah, that's basically it. Also, like some other stuff, like Shadow Master on a budget is really good and recommended, and Shadow Master got better because of the buffs to martial arts. What else did they do? Nothing else, I think. I mean, Dragonflight is a bit more responsive if you want to use that, but it's not mandatory for this build. Let me quickly do 2 more runs and then I answer more questions, since the servers might be offline then because they are doing another Aldos, and I really need that. Anyone wants Aldo's weapon? Because they are doing maintenance shortly. Yeah, Venom works with the blade skills. It adds to the damage. It's some weird calculation, so it's not like... Guess it's not 100% the damage that you see that it does, but it adds to the damage. Let's just leave it at that. You don't see it here because they get cold damage, but here, maybe you saw it, they get green because they are poisoned. Like, you can see the poison a bit if you look closely. That's the venom damage. I don't think I have poison somewhere else on my gear.
I can't carry anymore.
Whoops. Eldo's Rhythm with 2 sockets, something like that. Ooh. Hello. Alright. Wait. Do we need to do 1 more run? Uh-oh. Think so. Oh, so it's always the current run, not how many runs I already did. Ah! Let's go fast. Maybe in total we have like 405 or something. Come on, don't run away like that. Balrog Blade. Let's pick it up before the servers go down. What's a Balrog Blade? I don't even know. I don't even know.
Good day.
Flame Bellow. +3 to fire skills. 15 to Inferno. Alright.
Yes.
Guess that's a thing. Okay, so press this, and there you go. 100 runs. Our finds to date: Travincal Armored, 19 life, Small Charm, Lum Rune. I mean, we found 2 Lum Runes, to be honest. Andy's Visage, which was a very nice find. Also, a 19 life, 15 Aura's Grand Charm, a Wisp Projector, and a 29 Nasal Ring, which we still need. Also nice in magic damage reduced. You think it's not that much, but combine it with the magic damage reduced by 15, and you're looking at way less damage from the Hydras at Travincal. It all adds up. Nasal Ring? What are the rolls? Oof. Diablo 2. 50 to 75 attack rating. I thought so. This is very low. So the attack rating is low, but the magic find almost perfect. Yeah, but we call it now because... Oh, yeah, we can... I guess we can go to Chaos then, if we have some time. Because some people asked about it. Where are the other questions. Stray Demon, can you beat Hell with this build, or do you respec into this after you beat Hell? No, you can beat everything with this build. You can look up my solo self-found hardcore assassin playthrough if you want. The recording quality isn't that high because I did it on the Xbox, but you can see there that I played through the game, solo self-found. No gear whatsoever was in my stash. It was my first hardcore character on the Xbox. So it is definitely doable. And it's not like Whirlwind Barbarian levels of doable, like very, very bad. And it's fine. I mean, there are some things that you have to consider, but I've tried the Blade Fury build. Hey Icky, welcome. Thanks for you to stop by, and nice to see you again. I've tried the Blade Fury build and it's so much better than Phoenix Strike. I was struggling with the Phoenix. Yeah, nice to hear that you are now having a lot more fun. Oh, there it is. RAM is going down in 13 minutes. Where you take Venom? Yeah, it works. Yeah. Is it better to use a shield or something like a Gnat's Claw and Plague Claw or what have you? I have a shield right now, but I want to do something else. Like, I have the shield now. I mean, for the endgame build, you can go with a Phoenix shield because it does plus 400% ED or up to 400% enhanced damage, which works with your Blade Fury on your weapon. But you can also go Dual Claw, which I like when going with Whirlwind, which is my goal. Get a Chaos Rune Word. Then I would use like a Chaos Rune Word in my Mayhem hand, I think, and then Natalia's Mark the offhand, or vice versa. And Whirlwind does damage with both claws, right? But Blade Fury only like considers your main hand weapon and does damage with that, and only off-weapon damage. Off-weapon bonuses. Like with the shield here, you would have 20% deadly strike. That's a decent upgrade if you want to do more damage. And on the shield, you see there's a jewel in it with 36% enhanced damage. This also counts to your Blade Fury. Hey, Hybrid Chucks, nice to see you. It's going great, man. You see the today's finds? I think for 100 runs, that's not too shabby, right? How's it going with you? I go quickly to the bathroom and then we quickly take a look into cows before the servers shut down. I am back. Looking good for you, Hybrid Sharks, huh? It's nice to hear. Slow and steady. Well, slow and steady wins the race. That's what they say, right? So, let's take a look at cow level. But keep in mind, we are not spec'd into Death Sentry. There is a variation, which was confirmed also by Steven in the chat. That works well, like putting points in the Death Sentry, getting a claw maybe, where you put your Chaos, your Fury, or whatever Plague Rune word, which gives plus to Death Sentry. I might be trying this later or at some other point in solo. I want to try it before I make my Chaos Rune Word, because maybe it makes sense to put in point in Death Sentry for me, because I like doing Chaos. But without points in Death Sentry, we are very low on area of effect damage. So this won't be the like best build here, but I can quickly show you that like you, oh my god. A physical immune with extra fast, well, that's not going great here. You can do it. Yeah, Atmos procced. Like, you can hurt the cows or even use your Cloak of Shadows, which might not be the best thing. Let's just try it out. So now they all walk towards me, right? So I have amp damage on me, which is great. But I can also position myself. And they hit extra fast. Let me... So if they come close... I'm wondering if it would be better to have a Shadow Master here to just tank the cows. But if you, as you can see, if you can like position yourself, you can just mow them down like one by one, right? You can also throw some Blade Sentinels, because then the cows go and hit recovery, and like this, I just stand here and throw my blades and they just die one by one. Like, again, it's not the fastest variation, and it would be nice to have Death Sentry. So you kill 1 or 2 cows quickly, and then Death Sentry takes over. So I really need to try this out with Death Sentry. Really need to try this out. Could be great. Could be great. You can also like just use Blade Sentinel, right? Just run around. It kind of needs like 3 to 4 hits. Just clean up with Blade Fury. So there is potential here. There is definitely potential here. Can I shoot through this? Nope. Think of Blade Sentinel though. I mean, let's look at it. Blade Sentinel has like a hit chance of 88%, which is pretty nice, actually. So I can also like run around to this and then maybe place my Death Sentries. I need to test that too. And you can like skip Venom, for example, and instead of Venom, put in points into Death Sentry. I feel like I did test it at some point, but I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, I might not want to use Cloak of Shadows. I mean, I want them to walk another extra fast, of course. Walk towards me so I can kill them. So if they hit you, you get into hit recovery and then you stop casting Blade Fury, which is bad. And you have to start over again. Yeah, but Travincal is just much more efficient, right? So I need to try this out with Death Sentry. Maybe it's, as Steven said, and it's great. I can see it. Yeah, I can see that it's doing the job well. I mean, you can hurt the cows first, then you Cloak of Shadows them, for example, put down Death Sentries, kill 1 or 2 cows, and then boom, boom, boom. Alright, so this was it for today. Servers will be going down for maintenance for 2 hours. I hope you all find something else fun to do. Have a nice day, have a nice evening, have a nice whatever, and whenever and wherever you are. I hope to see you all again next time. Might be off tomorrow, might be streaming. Again, right now I don't have a schedule. It will be coming soon. Right now I'm testing and trying out what works for me, what works for you, what works with my new work schedule. But soon there will be more planning, I guess I could say. And until then, just subscribe. You can also ring the notification bell on YouTube, so you get a notification on YouTube and Don't know if you get an email. I'm not sure about that, but at least you get a notification if you are on YouTube, and then you will see if I'm online or live streaming or I'm uploading a new video. So thank you all for stopping by, for watching, for commenting, for asking questions. If you like this kind of content, please like, please subscribe, so I know that you want more of that, and then I will be making more of these live streams and videos. Until then, I wish you all a happy day, a happy evening, a happy morning, and good luck, have fun, and goodbye.